chunky wood mason jar. Okay, there are links in the descriptions for purchasing this chunky wood. I do sell this chunky wood myself. So keep that in mind. We're going to use a napkin that was gifted to me by one of my wonderful followers. I'm going to use some tin from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use some of my Mold-A-Wood. If you're not familiar with Mold-A-Wood, this is a paste-like product that is bendable and flexible once you put it in a silicone mold. I'm going to mold up a few things here real quick. We are going to use something that I've already molded here. This like kind of like a beaded look. We're going to use that trim on here. But before we start the project, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to use a few silicone molds here. I have a couple here that I want to use. I want to do some of these trims for some upcoming things that I'm going to do. So if you guys have never used this before, there are a lot of different videos here on my channel that you can actually watch how to use this product, where I'm specifically like molding, I'm molding and kind of painting it all up and stuff. But this is my 16-ounce tub. It comes in an 8 or 16-ounce tub. There are links to my shop, again, in the description. Make sure you guys subscribe if you don't already subscribe to my channel, okay? So I'm going to use silicone mold. Do not prep it at all with anything. Just go ahead and start putting it in the mold there. You will get a little bit of residue on your hands. The more you work with it, the more residue might build up there. Just go ahead and just wipe it off or wear some silicone gloves. It just cleans up with soap and water, so it's not a big deal. How is everybody today? So the chunky wood cutouts and this molded wood is available. Again, the links are in the description for it. And all you have to have is a mold, silicone mold here. And it works like a charm. I like to use just a little like Dollar Tree putty knife here to scrape it back. And that will help get you an even layer there. And I need a little bit more right there. It was low in a few spots. And then you're going to let it cure for 12 to 24 hours. Then you'll take it out of the mold. And I do have a couple here I can unmold that are just other molds, not this particular one that I'm molding up here, but you just go ahead and leave it, set it somewhere off to the side flat, and allow it to just air dry. Don't stack them on top of each other because you do not want them to, you want the air to get in there. Hello, everybody. How are you? Hi, Kathy. Okay, so we're going to do a couple other ones here. I want to do this one here. You see, I'm just shoving it in there. It's going to pick up the impression of the mold. So after I scrape it back, I like to kind of get it pushed back down there again. So I will push it back in after I scrape it off. I do not clean my molds with anything, but if you want to clean your silicone molds, just soap and water will do. Nothing fancy, nothing fancy. Okay. Just make sure you've got it in there good, and then scrape it back and put your extra in back in your container. And again, I like to come in here, push it down, smooth it out, kind of gets a little bit of like, I call it skid marks. Get some skid marks on there from pushing that pressure on there. Oh, thank you for sharing. Thank you, Michelle. Hi, hi, hi. And then keep it in the zip tight bag. Take the air out of it and squeeze the air out of the bag and just keep it, voila, in this container. Okay. So I'm going to set that one to the side as well. You can also use a baby wipe or something moist to come across and get the sides if you want to tidy it up. But it does cut with scissors. So if you don't get it precisely the way you want it, you can just cut it with scissors, and you'll see that later because I'm going to trim this down to use as well. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so here is a mold that was done, again, about 12 to 24 hours for it to cure. The thicker the mold, the longer the cure time, okay? So just go ahead and pop it out. It's nothing hard to it. See how it's got all those impressions and bendable and flexible. Now just take it and paint it with whatever craft paint that you use. Okay, you don't need anything fancy. You can spray paint it as well. These are a couple just like little, more like a button, just a little small little decal that you could use in the corner of a picture frame or something like that if you wanted to zhuzh it up a little bit there. And then this one happens to be just some I was using it to make, you could use it for snow, you could use it for sand at the bottom of an ocean. Look, you could use it on a rooftop, that kind of thing, right? So I'm going to toss these over to the side and get them out of my way. And we will proceed with the craft. Okay. I'm going to do a little turkey craft tonight. Gobble, gobble. Again, this was a napkin from one of my followers. She sent me a few napkins the other day in the mail. I appreciate that, Miss Cruz. She sent me another turkey like that. I was going to do that on my little tag here, but I didn't like the ratio, so I didn't go that far. And then she sent me some pretty fall leaf ones and some gourds and pumpkins. So, thank you. Oh, and this one too. This one here for this Isaiah 9:6. This little saying here. I think this one is I think I saw that at Hobby Lobby the other day, actually. So thank you, Miss Cruz, for the napkins. Alrighty. We are going to we're going to use this and this. Okay. I'm going to just use a plaster colored paint to do the back of the, or do the mason jar. Okay. So how is everybody? And my paint is extremely thick, so I'm going to come in here and just kind of moisten my mason jar here. You don't have to do this, but you don't have to paint this. It could come back with a really, it would just mute the napkin a little bit, is what I'm trying to say. So that's really the look, whatever look you're going for. That's what you're going to do. Okay. So I guess it depends on what you're looking for. You could just stain this, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that, because I'm going to do that on the remainder of this. I just wanted this to be more solid here. Okay. So when I go to put the napkin on it, it's got a consistent color on the back side there. I do like to kind of do like a stained effect with my paints and just do the color on there, wipe it off with a baby wipe or a wet rag, and then you'll get this really cool look on it for allowing the wood grain to show through. Okay. I'm going to do the sides solid though. A little bit more solid here. And if you notice, I'm not doing this because I'm going to go in there with a different color for that, because I'm going to be putting the tin on it. I'm only going to do the one side on the napkin side. You could definitely use this as a two-sided thing if you wanted to. If you're going to stand it up and it's visible from both sides, then you could definitely do it like that. Okay. Let me dry this up a little bit here. And then we'll do the stain effect on the back side. A little bit overage. Okay. All right. Got some cruddies on my table. I'm going to actually use this and go like this, wet it down a little bit here. And I'm going to come in and wipe it back. Kind of working it into the wood grain there. So that I can have the stained look of the wood. So I can have that wood grain showing through much nicer. This is just a personal preference. You do you on it. You can paint this any stinking color you wanted. Right? So, yeah. Okay. Oh, got stuck there. I don't know how I got such a residue going on here, but I do. So we're going to move that out the way. All right. Hope y'all are doing well tonight. Again, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're looking for this cutout or the molded wood, the descriptions has the links for each one of those. Okay. So this is going to be the side I do not put the napkin on. This is going to be the darker side. It's going to be the side I put the napkin on. All right. So here we go. And she already took the ply off for me. How fun was that? That was so nice of her. Alrighty. Let's just cut up here. I'm actually going to cut over as far as I can towards this turkey so I can have a good amount there. And then I'm going to go in and use, I'll go a little higher just in case. I'm going to take this bottom part off, but I'm going to use water to make that work. Yeah, it has been snowing here all day. All day. Crazy. There's leaves all over the ground. So it's a little early, but you know, this is how Michigan goes. We always get something like this around this really early, and then it seems like we don't get anything forever. I have many water pens, but I'm just being lazy. I'm going to use just some water in this, and I'm going to come in here. I'm going to get this bottom part off like this first. Then I'm going to go from there to see where I want to mark up my turkey, how far I want them down. Okay. On here and how much, because again, this is going to have something different on the top, so it's not going to matter. But I do want to keep the little patch down here at his feet. So I think we're going to go like that. But I'm going to give it a little of the tiered look here. I'm not worried about it covering the entire mason jar. I just want it to be jagged. You can just leave it the way it was and have it scrape off the edge if you don't like this tiered look. Okay. So we're going to use it on here. Yeah, they are falling really, really slow this year. That is for sure. I'm going to kind of curve these here on the mason jar. I want this to be, again, I want it to be jagged. I want you to see some of this here because I'm going to pull it back with a little bit of like a distressing ink, or you can just use straight up paint. Oh, Grace, it's just a washing machine, silly goose. Okay. Alrighty. All right, that looks good to me. I'm gonna just use some Mod Podge to put it down. If I can get it up now. Okay. You can, Sadie. Hey, she's barking at the washing machine, y'all. Sadie. Honey, I'm gonna beep you. Shh. Hey, go. Go on. Go find Hunter. Go on. Go get him. All right, let's do this. Go. Do you want Mama to beep you? Let us stop. Okay. Shh. Oh boy. The big boy's up. Go. I'm gonna beep you, Sadie. Go. Sorry, y'all. You know, when you go live, it's like a kid, right? They want to cry or they want to holler or they need you. This is exactly how she is. Oh. Let's dry it up a little bit. I'm gonna scrape this back just a little bit. I'm not super happy with that. I want to see some of that right there. I want it to have something to grab. So. You can use the iron if you want. We don't do that around here. We don't even use the iron for clothing. It's a bad 4-letter word in this house, so we don't do that. But y'all can do that. Okay, so here we have it. Oopsies. Again, here's the back. If you wanted to use another piece of the napkin, being that there's 6 of them on there, you could definitely do that if you're going to see it from both sides, okay? And then I'm going to take a piece of this tin. We're going to use some cinnamon, and we're going to just stress it all down. So we're going to use some Antique Waverly wax or anything brown would work, anything like that. Actually, I'm going to use that on the wood, but then I have this bronze I want to use on the metal or on the tin. Tin look, okay? So we're just going to use this. And the baby wipe again. Actually going to blend it in there. Okay. We're going to use it all the way around here. And the only reason I'm going with the brown is because I'm going to be making it look rustic with the cinnamon effect. And so I just want it to match. But you definitely could go silver if you wanted. Just keep it straight up silver. But that's up to you. You do you. That's what we say around here. And down here, we're going to do the same thing. Or on this side, we're going to do the same. And I'm just going to kind of blend it down in here. I'm not going to go straight across, but if that works for you, go ahead. Okay? A little more here. All right. Don't worry about this. It's going to get hidden. It's just in case anything were to show or pop up or whatever. So before we get some tin going on that, we're going to dry it up. Sadie, Grace. Oh, I don't know why she never does this. She never barks like this. Okay, washing machine. My little nerd. My little nerdy girl. Yeah, I don't mind the snow. You know that, Gloria. You know that, right? You for sure know me. Okay. So I'm just going to guesstimate here. I'm going to use a little mark in here for it. Okay. So I can cut it down. These are from the Dollar Tree. I think you get like 2 of them in a set. Cutting off a big piece and then we'll go from there. Okay. I'll go with the straight top there, and I will kind of round it a little bit. Although I'm going to use my trim here. So I'm going to put this on with a different color. her down. And then you can just take it and round the edges with it to get your indentation where you need to cut the rest of it off, okay? Get your markings, okay? All right. Again, that's why we paint it, in case you cut a little bit off. You'll be fine for the way it looks. I did that the wrong way. Alrighty. Okay, I'm gonna use, let me see if this stick fast is any good. I'm all right, Kathy, how are you? I think it might be clogged up. Well, let's use this 3-in-1 along with a little bit of hot glue then. You can use that. Stick fast would work. This one just happens to be a little clogged. So I'm gonna put it on here. Come on, you. This one's clogged too. Well, maybe we'll just use hot glue tonight. Careful when you go to touch this with the tin because it's going to be hot. You do not want to burn your fingers, okay? So I'm going to use something else. There we go. Okay. We're going to do the cinnamon method here. I'm going to take this bronze metallic. We're going to cover that tin up with that just for a little bit of a base coat. And then it will, we'll do the cinnamon method with some Mod Podge. And I kind of just like to use different color browns and stuff to get the look I'm going for. And it kind of layers it for me. And I'm not going to worry about it being some of the tin showing because I will be covering it up. And I'm okay with some of it peeking out anyways, but we are going to do, again, the cinnamon method to, one, make it smell nice. You also use pumpkin if you're looking for a little bit different effect. It's a little bit lighter in color. Here's the pumpkin and here's the cinnamon. So this is the pumpkin. You see how it's a little bit lighter? If you wanted to go this route, you could. I do like to mix them as well. So you can also do that. Okay, so we have it like that, and you see some of the tin is coming through, the silver is coming through, and that's perfectly fine for me anyways. And then after we get done with this, we're gonna work on this piece of molded wood that's gonna go on there. Okay, so I'm gonna use the same bronze brush, I'm going to add some Mod Podge on here or glue, whatever you want to use for. So I did dry the paint first. And then I'm kind of tapping that in there. And you can go with a little bit of the cinnamon effect. Sprinkle that on. And then I'll come back in here with a little bit of this pumpkin as well. It makes it smell really, really good. Plus, it just gives it 2 different colors. And then I'm going to tap it off in the garbage. Come back in with my Mod Podge brush. Put some Mod Podge there. And then I'm going to tap it on here. To help set that. Again, some of that tin is going to show through. I'm okay with that. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So you make sure that you get all of that moist with the glue or the Mod Podge in this case, so that it will not flake off. Okay. I'm gonna take that. It's pretty gunky, so I'm gonna take that, get that cleaned up, and I'm gonna take my heat to it just to kind of help set it a little bit more, so I can play around with putting on the next piece of molded wood. We'll just let that sit there, but you see how that goes. So out this white look is going to dry clear. It smells so good in here right now. So that's why I have the brown on the top, just to keep it all neat and tidy. And then what I'm going to do is come in here with a piece of this molded wood. I'm going to come across the front of it. I'm going to paint this the bronze color that I originally started with the bottom of that. Oh, I want to get some paint. And again, if you didn't see, the molded wood is a bendable, flexible wood-based product that I invented. It comes in a paste form, and you can purchase it on my website. There's links for that and this chunky wood cutout in the description here. And make sure that if you don't already subscribe, well, you should do that. All right, let me kind of guesstimate what I need here. So you put it in a silicone mold that it's set up. I'm just going to cut off what I don't need. Cuts with scissors, you guys. It's like super easy. I said a little bit more than what I need, but that's okay because I'm going to come back in. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted. Doing the bronze, silly. Going to, I'll cut what I need off once I get down to the nitty gritty because I want to form it to the shape of the bottle or the mason jar. So I'm going to go ahead and paint it up with the bronze metallic. Just kind of give just a little bit of a pop of that shimmer, shimmy. Let me close that up. Maybe then I won't use it again, huh? Getting in all the little nooks and crannies. That's what's nice about this product is it does grab hold of all the different impressions in the mold, so you will get all that nice detail. And it's curving, it's bending, it's not flat right now. That's okay. Do not need to heat this up to get it to do any of that. It's already that way. It just happened to be that I had this already molded. I put them in a Ziploc bag, and listen, it just happens. But it will go back exactly where you want it. Just glue it down. And I will use some wood glue on here because I like to use the appropriate adhesive for whatever I'm putting it on. And since I'm going to adhere this to wood, I'm going to use that wood glue as well. a little thick there. Okay. So here is the pretty bronze color on that. And I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to put it down. Okay. I'm going to just use my finger. You can use a paintbrush, whatever you want. You know, like hot glue pops off a lot of things. It could potentially pop off this. That's why I like to use the adhesive that works with the what you're adhering it to. So, going to. This is not my quick. It says it's a speed set, but it does not set up as quick as the other thick and quick. I just keep grabbing hold of that same old thing that's got junk all over it. I do love the bronze too. Okay, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cut this down right here. Put a little heat on here just to set the glue up underneath it. Now I'm going to take my bronze. I just want to paint the tip of this that I just cut there. Okay. This is just going to give it a little bit more of a decorative edge to it. You could definitely use, I was thinking about this one, but I thought, that looks a little bit, I don't know. I didn't really want that one. But you definitely could have gone with something like this as a trim as well. So, again, you do you. As the white is throwing me off, like, to make sure that I have it straight. All right. And then I'm going to come in and use my Antique Waverly wax again to kind of distress it down. You can definitely use distressing ink, but I happen to just have this here, so I'm just going to grab a little bit of this and just distress down the edges with my baby wipe. As much or as little as you want. And I'm hoping it's going to grab a little bit of that jagged edge of the napkin and kind of make it look a little bit different colors. I'm going to come across the top here with it too. I'm going to kind of go real light around here. That way you can pick up a little bit of that stuff from the wrinkle. I love that. I love that look as well. You see how it grabs the hold of the tear? That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Now I'm going to come in here with my distressing ink and get a little bit darker rim around that with some of this black. Kind of layering it here a little bit. Oops. Just right along the edge. Just along that fine line there. See that? That's going to kind of help pop that a little bit more. Very subtle. Okay. And then I'm going to take these little letters. These stamps are from Pop Shop. Pop Shelf. That's what it's called. It's not in my state, so I always say the wrong name. It's Pop Shelf. What did I say before? Pop Top? I don't know. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go with brown. Let me see how I like that. I think that's what I'm gonna do. There's just gonna be small little itty bitty letters here. I'm gonna just take a piece of this drop cloth and I'm going to print the word fall on here, and then I'm gonna cut it down. This might not be dark enough. Yeah, that's not dark enough. Let's see if this one's dark. Maybe we'll have to go with the black then, because that's not showing up very well. There we go. That's okay. Actually, I want to change that. I'm gonna say yum. Or should I put eats? Oh, what do you think I should do? I think I'm gonna do eat. I have a bunch of different stamps in different sizes, and I do like that. But this one, I just want to go with the smallest. This is the smallest letters that I have, and I really like them. I wonder if there's a size on them. If you guys have that in your neighborhood, maybe you could get one. Nope, never mind. I was trying to be helpful, but they don't have anything on there. Okay, I'm gonna cut this down a little bit more. Cut it and then I'll tear it. Try to tear. Gobble, that would have been cute too, but I don't want to I don't want to go too big because I want it to just hang off the side. Here, you're not tearing the way I want you to. All right, we're just going to cut it and fray it with my finger. Cut it down to the size I'm looking for here. And then I'm just going to come in and pull off a little bit to fray it. Sometimes when it gets small like that, it doesn't want to tear for me. But it's just a little bit of something. Gravy. Alrighty. Somebody's thinking turkey already, huh? Gobble, gobble. Take some raffia, just natural raffia color here. We're just going to make up a little bit of a little bow here. Ooh. I'm going to use some raffia to tie the raffia. Oh, that's not the same color. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this orange Dollar Tree. I'm going to do a 2-finger bow with it. Get rid of some of the And if you want to watch, I have a video here on how to do this on this page here. Oh my goodness, I forgot. It's been a while. And it gives you a really good angle to look at how to do it. So got fingers tonight or something. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Honestly, it's not making me look very good, is it? I think one of them dogs are sitting on my furniture up there. They're not allowed on the furniture. They're only allowed in the beds. They're not allowed on the couch chairs. Okay. Oopsies. Okay. So then we wind up with this little cute 2-finger bow. Okay. We're going to put that with the raffia. Whoopsies. I'm going to trim the raffia down a little bit here. Still want to kind of keep it loopy, but I'm going to, if it's not where I want it, I'm going to cut it and it won't have the loops. It's going to have both. Here. I don't want to hide too much of my molded wood. Then we're going to put the 2-finger bow on top of that. Cut these down a wee bit. I like to just cut them on an angle. That's my personal preference. Y'all can do it any way that tickles your fancy. Okay, and I want to put a button on here. A little button. I'm going to go with this lighter color like the background of the mason jar. And then I've got this little, I'm going to actually make it look like it's hanging from string, even though it won't be really hanging. They better not be. No, I don't think on my new chairs because they move. I don't think they like to get. I don't think they've gone out there yet. Okay, so here we are so far. Get you out of there. Give it a little eat sign, and again, I'm just gonna make it look like I'm hanging it, even though I'm not. Ooh. Gloria, you've always had trouble with it. Yeah. Well, I had a little bit of trouble tonight myself, didn't I? All right, let's go. I think we're gonna go. Actually, we'll make it look like it's going around that button. No, don't like that. Pinch it together. Bring it off of here. And I'll go right underneath that button. Pinch it off there. Okay. And there we have it. Cute little eat, and it will stand up on its own. Like that. How stinking cute is that? Just a napkin. Do rice paper, do scrapbook paper, all different kinds, many different ways you can do this. This is just one idea of how you can craft with it and use the molded wood and a lot of different things, the cutout, all that good stuff. So there you have it. We did quite a few different methods with the cinnamon pumpkin effect here and the look on the back of it looking more like a stain. Got something brown on there. Like that. So you can do the backside again if you would like. You could also just eliminate some of this and you could go around the twine, but I like that little bit of beaded look at the top there. And we can always get some of that out of there. If you want a little bit more of that molded wood to show, that trim to show, then you can just cut it down a little bit so it shows more. Super cute though, you guys. I do have mason jars, not on my website, but I do have some that come in a couple other different sizes as well. My napkin packs, this is not from my napkin pack, but I do have my fall napkin pack on sale. You can use one of those links to get to my website. I did not put that in this description, but they are on sale. There's less than 10 packs left. With the shipping, they are $10. So I think it's 17 different napkins that are going to be a little, there's a 3 or 4 Halloween, and then the rest are all fall related. So get on over to the website and take a look at those. No, this is not part of the pack. This one was just a gift somebody sent me. So I hope you guys like this. And if you have any questions, reach out and spread the word. Y'all have a great rest of your evening. I'll see you soon. Bye now.